up defensively. I think that's where what happened was defensively. You got to step up defensively now. Really, really nice win for Pope. Really, really nice win for the Cats. You got to carry this momentum into the Missouri game. The Cats win by 5 against Missouri. Brendan Garrison, elite basketball game from him in this one. Otega Owe to complement Denzel Aberdeen ended up having 16 in this one. Very, very nice nights from those guys. And BG stepped up again, obviously. BG and Malachi are going to have to step up in a much bigger way tomorrow night. I know Mike Nwoko is pretty solid, but Mark Mitchell is better. Let's just say that. Mark Mitchell is a lot better. Going to get into that game here in just a second. I really do appreciate you guys listening to this. If you guys are on here and you like what you see, like what you hear, please sub. It would really, really mean a lot. But that's going to do for the recap side of this episode here. That's going to do for the recap side of this episode. Kentucky, just a quick little note here. Kentucky is 27th in KenPom. I just haven't talked about KenPom specifically for Kentucky in a while. Kentucky is now 20-12 on the year, 38th offense, 31st defense, 135th adjusted tempo. Okay, quickly. What can Kentucky be taking into this Missouri game? Well, they can be riding this momentum and this good feeling going into this game, knowing that you have a win under your belt. And Kentucky is going to have the same amount of time to prepare for Missouri as Missouri is going to have the time to prepare for Kentucky. Yes, they're going to maybe be a little bit more fresh, but you're already going to play. You're already used to the atmosphere. You're already used to the environment. You're going to have basically the home, I want to say the home court advantage, but with the crowd, you probably are. You probably are. That's what you can be taking into this one. And then you get into the revenge factor, where Missouri came into your building in the second game of the SEC schedule, and they beat you. They straight up beat you in a game that you should have won 1,000%. If you go back and watch it, you just kind of blew the lead at the end, and they took advantage of that, and they beat you. Very, very simple. I want to kind of go back and see the exact score. There we go. 73-68, Missouri beats Kentucky at home. And that was embarrassing. That was one of the low points of this season for the Cats. There's obviously been many. The Gonzaga loss, Michigan State loss, but that one was pretty bad. But now you got something going into this one. You have a reason to play as hard as you can. Obviously, it's March. It's the postseason. Obviously, that you're fighting for a SEC championship, and this team came into your building last time and embarrassed you. They came into your building last time, and they simply embarrassed you. Okay, little kind of middle part of this before we do the transition over to Missouri and what Kentucky has to do to get a win, and my prediction for a little update on the SEC bracket as it sits right now. Obviously, Kentucky wins the first game of the SEC tournament, 87-82 over the 16 seed LSU. Cats will end up playing Missouri tomorrow. Game number 2, I predicted the first one right and predicted the second one right. Auburn beats Mississippi State, number 12 seed, playing the 13 seed. Auburn, the 12 seed, Mississippi State, the 13 seed. Auburn wins 79-61. And then the first upset happens of the SEC tournament, and my first wrong prediction so far. 76-66, Ole Miss takes down Texas. The 15 seed takes down number 10 Texas. And right now, Oklahoma is fighting it out with South Carolina. I have Oklahoma in this one. They were losing the last time I've seen. It was just the start of the game. And they are right now. They're losing by 9, 32-23. South Carolina is winning. So, going to see how that one goes. Auburn will face Tennessee tomorrow. And whoever wins this South Carolina-Oklahoma game will face Texas A&M tomorrow. Kentucky, again, has the first game tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern and 11:30 Central. Okay, that was your little update here. But before we dive into Missouri and what the Cats have to do to beat Missouri and move on to play in the quarterfinals, which they haven't done in a very long time. I don't know the exact side, but they haven't done in a very long time. We're going to get into that. But before we continue on today's episode of the Big Blue Riddown, I want to shout out Bluegrass Elite, your go-to brand for Kentucky apparel. If you want high-quality gear that really represents Big Blue Nation, whether it's for game day or campus or everyday wear, Bluegrass Elite has you covered. Make sure to check them out and use my code BBB15 for 15% off at checkout. That is BBB15 for 15% off at checkout. All right. Again, we've already talked about Missouri beating Kentucky last time that they faced off in Rupp Arena. They embarrassed you. You should have not lost that game. If you go back and watch it, you should not have lost that game. Coming into this one, Missouri is a desperate bubble team. They're on the bubble. They've been playing really, really good ball recently. I'm going to be completely upfront and honest here. They've been playing really, really good ball recently. I want to talk about their most recent games here. I know they lost their season ender to Arkansas, which actually freed up Kentucky to get the 4 seed, but they cannot capitalize on beating the Gators. If maybe my internet will work here, I can bring up Missouri basketball, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. That's okay, though. We're going to go look at Missouri on KenPom. In KenPom, the numbers do not like Missouri that much, on KenPom at least. They are 20-11. They are the 8 seed, by the way. This would be the 8-9 matchup. Kentucky moving forward will not be the higher seed unless they beat Florida and something else happens. I just want to mention that. Missouri is 20-11, 50th in KenPom, 49th offense, 78th defense, 250th adjusted tempo. Maybe I can get my thing to finally pull up now. I don't know what exactly is going on here. Just gotta love the internet sometimes. Just have to love it. I don't know exactly what their SEC wins look like. They just have the advantage over us. I believe they're 10-8 as well. But they have the head-to-head win over the Cats. They have the head-to-head win over the Cats. Let's see here. Okay. Finally get this pulled up. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're 10-8, but they have the head-to-head win over the Cats. Okay. They had beat their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. In their last 8 games. But let's actually make it 10. Let's make it 10. In the last 10 games, they went on a nice 3-game winning streak, beating Mississippi State, South Carolina, and then at Texas A&M, they get a nice win. That's 3 in a row. Then they lose to Texas, 3-1. Vanderbilt, 4-1. They beat Vanderbilt, 81-80. Then they lose to Arkansas, actually pretty close, 94-86. Then they beat Tennessee. They beat Mississippi State. But then they have a very, very tough loss at Oklahoma, and then they lose their season ender to Arkansas. This team really hasn't been playing bad. Their worst losses against Oklahoma there. They have some good wins this year, guys. Beating Tennessee, beating Vandy, beating Texas A&M. I mean, they came to Rupp Arena and beat us. They beat Florida to start the SEC play. This team is dangerous, and the main reason why this team is so dangerous is because of Mark Mitchell. Mark Mitchell is so good. I mean, Mark Mitchell is so good. He is scoring about 18 points per night. The 6'9", 230 forward, averaging 5.2 rebounds per game. He's been so good, and he is a matchup nightmare for the Cats. In Kentucky's last game against Mark, he had 21. He had 21, 4 assists, 1 block. He went 100% from beyond the arc in that one, and he shot 48% in that one. But man, has he been so good. He has been so good. He had 32 against Arkansas, 17 against Oklahoma, 17 against Mississippi State, 23 against Tennessee, 26 against Arkansas earlier in the year. Dude's an absolute beast. This team is physical. This team has a lot of length, guys. This team has a crap ton of length, especially at that forward position. They will try to play bully ball. Anthony Robinson, been playing good recently. Sean Phillips is a physical beast inside. Jaden Stone can knock down the three. What's this team's identity? It is to play physical. It is to beat you with their length. It is to get points in the paint. And then they have some knockdown shooters, guys. Jaden Stone, 13.5 points per game, shooting almost 40% from three. Trent Pierce is shooting 40% from three, averaging 10.8 points a game. T.O. Barrett had a 7-2, a big role here, 8.8 points per game. He won't shoot the three, though. He will not shoot the three that much. And then you have a very, very good three-point shooter in Jacob Cruz, averaging almost 9 points per game, shooting 45% from three. Dude can light it up. Dude can absolutely light it up. And then Trent Burns. Cats came back recently. He's not averaging a lot of points. I believe, is this the guy that's like 7 foot something? I believe so. I mean, they have a lot of size on the inside, and that is why Kentucky is going to have to play so well. That is why they're going to have to play so well. I think he's 7'5". Yeah, he's 7'5". He's only averaging 2.1 points per game, 1.8 rebounds, but he's been playing a decent amount recently, I believe. He's been playing a decent amount recently. So, let me give you the key things that Kentucky has to do to beat Missouri tomorrow. They have to do. Kentucky has to match Missouri's physicality. They have to match Missouri's physicality. Second thing is they have to run their three-point shooters off of the three-point line because Mark Mitchell is going to get his own. He's a really good scorer. He's going to get his own. You cannot let other three-point shooters kind of take over this game and add on to the effect of Mark Mitchell scoring as well. You have to run them off the three-point line because they have multiple guys that are really knockdown shooters. Third thing here is you have to get it and push it and play your pace. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: you gotta win the turnover battle / get a lot of transition points and win in that way. Get a lot of turnovers. Don't turn the ball over yourself. Win the turnover battle and win the transition points battle. That is what Kentucky has to do tomorrow to get it done. And I believe they have to have a fast start like they did today against the Tigers. Tomorrow, we will be breaking this one down tomorrow night. Hopefully, after the Cats move on, we'll be playing Florida next. That'll be a tough one. But I really do appreciate you guys listening to this one here, episode 135. Very, very nice one for today for the Cats as they will face the other Tigers tomorrow. 8-9 matchup. Hopefully the Cats can get it done and play in the quarterfinals. I appreciate you guys listening to this one. And as always, go Cats.